Hi everybody, welcome back to Hive Reads. Today we're going to continue reading the short story that we started last time called A Curse, a Kindness by Corinne Duyvis. And what happened so far is Mia was kind to Sienna, and so Sienna tells her she has 3 wishes. She has to grant her 3 wishes. She tells her this when the kindness happens at the grocery store, and then again kind of just appears when Mia is using the bathroom at school. And Mia says, let's just meet after school. We'll talk about this at home. So that is where we're at Mia's house, and we will hear more about these 3 wishes. To reach Mia's bedroom, they have to cross the living room, where Mia's grandmother is showing a giggling toddler how to peel a banana, while the TV drones on in the background. Then they need to cross the kitchen, where Mia's mother is unloading the dishwasher with one hand and scrolling through her email on her phone with the other hand. A pop song blares from a nearby speaker. Mia finishes harried introductions and drags Sienna upstairs. She shuts the door behind them, blocking out the noise. Sienna breathes in and out, appreciating the silence. She knew to expect Mia's family at the house, but she's not used to talking to people. It's too risky. They might be kind. Even now that she's bound to Mia for the time being, it's hard to suppress those instincts. On top of that, the music was loud. It made it hard to focus on what anyone was saying. She shakes her head, as if to send the beats spilling out from her ears, leaving only silence. Mia crosses the room to reach her bed, and Sienna looks around. The room is blue, from the bed to the desk chair to the wallpaper. Colorful posters adorn the walls, and dozens of video games weigh down the shelves. A widescreen computer dominates the desk, and 2 handheld gaming devices and a few manga titles lie scattered on the bedsheets. Sienna resists the urge to check out the shelves. It'll only bug her if she spots upside-down titles or missing volumes. Instead, she thumps into the desk chair and spins it to face Mia, who's straightening the sheets and shoving a plushie behind the pillow. Sorry for dragging you upstairs like that, Mia says. I didn't want my grandma to get into what happened at the store again. And my mom's so happy to see me bringing someone home. She'd have kept you talking for hours. I wish she'd... Oh, she clamps her hand to her mouth, cutting herself off. Relax, Sienna tells her again. I'm not going to trick you into anything. Mia watches her carefully. The wish has to be conscious, intentional. I'm also not going to take your soul after we're through, or purposely misinterpret your wishes and screw you over. How can I trust you? Sienna shrugs. Mia swallows visibly. I hadn't even considered the soul thing. Sienna wonders whether that's a joke or nervousness. Maybe both. Look, she says, I can only use magic to fulfill wishes or appear by your side, even when I'm a world away. That's it. Mia narrows her eyes. Can I wish for 1,000 wishes? No. Sienna rattles off her standard speech, so burned into her brain, she's sure she hasn't deviated from it by a single word for at least 6 years. No wishing for more wishes, no bringing people back from the dead, no changing the past, no playing with people's free will too much. A nudge is okay, but a shove is too far. That also rules out world peace, ending capitalism, and solving hunger and disease, since that requires too many people taking action against their will. Mia gathers the mangas and games on her bed. She does it slowly, like she's absorbing Sienna's words. 3 wishes, Sienna prompts. So, wait, are you a genie? I don't think so. The job didn't come with the title. If you're not taking my soul or whatever, what's in it for you? Sienna taps her fingers to her left thumb in turn. Nothing. Most people go straight to wishing for $1 billion before asking questions. She doesn't see the point in lying, though. Might as well get this over with. She keeps her eyes trained on the ceiling as she talks, still touching her fingers to her thumb. I'm cursed. One winter when I was 9, I fell through the ice of the nearby lake. An old couple saw what happened. The woman stepped onto the ice and helped me to the shore. But the ice cracked before she could get herself to safety. Her husband tossed me his cell phone, yelled for me to call an ambulance, and ran to save her. Sienna hates this next part. but she's also replayed it so often in her head that she's become numb enough to recite what happened without so much as twitching. I was frozen. Not because of the ice, I just couldn't move. I didn't call anyone. When a car went past, I didn't even flag them down. I just stood there and watched. The old man sank through the ice. I still didn't do anything. Then a passing car stopped, and someone ran out to help them. The driver looked after me in the meantime. When she went to give me a blanket from the trunk, I bolted. I ran home. I don't know what happened to the couple. When I recovered a few days later, I was waiting for the bus, and that same old man who fell through the ice approached. I don't know whether he survived, or maybe he was a ghost, but maybe he was never even human to begin with. He said I was ungrateful and selfish, that I should learn to repay kindnesses. He cursed me, laid out the ground rules, and I haven't seen him since. But you were 9. Just a kid, Mia gapes. Yeah, I know. An autistic kid, Sienna thinks, confused and petrified. She doesn't linger on the thought. She has anger pulsing in the back of her mind every minute of every day. She doesn't want to whip it up into a whirlwind. Won't change anything except to leave her feeling worse. Sienna rolls the desk chair closer to Mia, kicking off on the floor. So, 3 wishes. Mia goes quiet for a long time, her eyes fixed on Sienna. It's uncomfortable. At first, Sienna tries to ignore it, then she tries to look back, but she gives up in seconds and pretends she was studying the mangas in Mia's lap instead. Finally, she spins the chair in slow circles, enjoying the whirl of it, the rhythmic push of her foot against the desk with every go-round. She can wait. She's got time. My mom's theater, Mia says. She speaks slowly, like she's choosing her words carefully, even though Sienna promised not to misinterpret them. I want it to succeed. Sienna stops spinning. You need to say the word. Mia breathes deeply. I wish for my mom's theater venture to succeed and become everything she wants it to be. Theater, Sienna says. That's a strange wish. Do I have to explain it? No. Sienna doesn't know how it works, but the intent of the wish matters more than the words themselves. And the few times she has asked for details out of curiosity, she's regretted it. Some wishes hide curses underneath. Sienna closes her eyes. She reaches for something inside, and a phone rings downstairs, cutting through the music. Mia answers the question Sienna hasn't asked. Why? My mom has a job. She works in accounting. But she hates it. She says it sucks out her soul. She's trying to arrange funding to buy a historic playhouse downtown. That's about to be knocked down. She wants to start a youth theater. It'll host acting and singing and dancing classes, plays, concerts. It'll have a little cafe and a library. It'll be free for any kid who can't afford it. She wants to reach out to homeless kids and give them a place to shower and spend their days, and yelling from downstairs interrupts her. Mia! Mia! Mia glances at Sienna, then gets up and opens the bedroom door. Mom? Mia! She's standing at the bottom of the stairs. I just got a call. The call. We have funding. We're funded. Come down here. Then she runs off, squealing at Mia's little brother. There you go. Sienna gets up, puts the desk chair back where she found it, and walks into the hallway. As she passes Mia, she says, the rest of this wish will happen at a natural pace. I'll be back for the other 2. Wait. Mia grabs her shoulder before she can move down the stairs. Sienna's breath sticks in her throat. She yanks free and turns, wary. Mia seems to hesitate. My mom will invite you to stay for dinner. She does that, especially now that there's something to celebrate. I once rigged a presidential election. I can say no to someone's mother. Oh. Sienna squints at the look on Mia's face. You could say yes, if you wanted, Mia mumbles. Sienna never stays with her charges longer than is necessary to get the wishes handled. Once you learn the darkest desires of even the most innocent-looking people, spending time with strangers becomes a lot less appealing. She'd rather stay safely at home, come only when called. So her first instinct is to say no. The only thing stopping her is seeing how fragile Mia looks after extending the invitation. Perhaps she could be a little bit kinder in how she turns the girl down. But she says, I'd like that. Sienna drops by every day, sometimes at Mia's school, sometimes at Mia's home, asking about her second wish. Sometimes she makes suggestions. $1 billion, to bump into someone Mia could fall madly, deeply in love with, to find a steady group of friends, guaranteed safe and healthy life for her family, a unicorn? The more they talk, the more specific Sienna's suggested wishes become. Does Mia want to be fluent in Japanese, or in every language? Does she want her dad to travel for work less? Does she want that Pokemon game that combines every region, which she says she's always dreamed of? Does she want to be a famous manga artist, or a writer, or both? To nudge a senator or two and push certain legislation through Congress? Make $1 million donation to a charity of her choice? Mia has been scribbling down notes and ideas into a little notebook she started carrying with her, but she hasn't said the words yet. Sienna has to fight a smile every time she sees Mia hunched over the notebook, so focused and diligent, pen in hand, teeth pressed into her lower lip. She'd probably take the same approach herself. She appreciates that Mia is being so cautious about her next wishes, even as the thought makes restlessness stir inside her. This can't last forever. She might as well get it over with as quickly as possible, like she usually does. It's easier and safer. 3 weeks after the first meeting, Sienna materializes in the old theater's cloakroom right as Mia walks inside. Mia is barely even startled. "Not here," she says, pained. Sienna looks around. The room looks nothing like any of the places she's been with Mia before. "Are we in the theater?" "Yeah, we're getting a tour before my mom signs the papers." Even if the cloakroom looks like this, dark red, ornamental gold, a polished wood counter, Sienna can guess at how the rest of the theater looks. Not bad. It even smells fancy. Mia goes on. "My mom wanted my grandma and me to see the place. They're busy talking about some boring business things, and my mom's showing off the invitation flyer she had printed, so I wandered off, but they'll expect me back soon." By now, none of this surprises Sienna. Of course Mia would wander, stuck in her own mind. Of course Mia's mother would want to share with her loved ones the moment she signs her years-long dream into being. And of course, Mia's family would care enough to want Mia around. Sienna abandons the thoughts. She's here for a reason. "Do you know your second wish yet?" She's asked it so often these past weeks that the question slides off her tongue. "I'm sorry for taking so long. I want to think it through, properly. This is a big deal." "Yeah, I know. It's fine." "Doesn't sound fine." "It's fine." Mia hesitates. "You sound angry. I know you want this over with." "That's just how I sound." Sienna's not sure whether the joke comes across. "It's fine. Really. As long as I'm bound to you, I can't become indebted to anyone else. That you're taking your time means I don't have to worry about anyone else doing me favors. I even went to visit my parents." "Wait, you don't live with them? I thought you were my age." "Yeah, I am. 17. She smiles wryly. "Try living with your parents when they can't show you kindness." Sienna's parents meant well. They loved her. They simply learned to love other things too, helping friends, wealth, traveling the world, bringing down business rivals, speaking a new language every week, bulldozing the neighbor's home to build a swimming pool. Sienna fulfilled dozens of wishes for her parents, before pleading with them to wish an independent life for her, away from them and away from their wishes. An apartment of her own. Steady cash flow, no one bothering her about taxes or going to school. Sienna and her parents still talk, but only when she's bound to someone else. "A break from having to be careful is nice," she finally says. "Doesn't normally last this long." "So, why are you impatient for me to make my wishes?" Mia asks. Sienna searches for the words. Her left hand twitches by her side as she thinks, tapping her fingertips to her thumb. It's not that people haven't asked this before, she just hasn't wanted to answer before. She doesn't want Mia to think she's angry, though. She doesn't want Mia to feel guilty either, even though she's not sure why. Maybe it's because Sienna thinks she might not have anything to worry about from Mia's next 2 wishes. And that's a nice change of pace. "I'm impatient because I want all this to be over," she admits. "I can't change other people's free will, but my own doesn't seem to matter. I have to fulfill every wish, even the bad ones. I have to break up happy marriages over a stalker's jealousy, kill people for inheritances or convenience or politics or pettiness, arrange the success of organizations and people I hate, nudge a girl towards saying yes to date a boy who's got bad intentions, With nearly unlimited power, even the nicest people, she's talking too much. This arrangement is not about her. She needs to explain herself and be done with it. I can hide from people, but not for long. Even if I stick to my apartment, I have to respond to kindnesses over the internet and phone. And I keep thinking, I should go back outside. Maybe there's a goal I need to reach. If I keep going long enough, if I fulfill enough wishes, maybe the curse will end. Mia watches her with wide eyes. Their gazes meet, but Sienna can't hold it for longer than a second. She never can. The eye contact is so present and so piercing, it nearly hurts. She keeps it up just long enough to notice Mia's eyes are deep and brown and pretty, just short enough to leave her wanting more. Then Sienna averts her eyes, studying first the coat racks, then her own hand, still tapping fingers to her thumb in turn. Mia, where'd you go? Her mom's voice rings out from deeper in the theater. Oh, I'm sorry, Mia says to Sienna. Go ahead, I'll just sneak out. Wait, do you want to come? On the tour? Yeah, I can say we were texting and you were in the neighborhood, so I invited you. Sienna shouldn't be receiving kindnesses. She's supposed to be the one repaying them. It might be nice to see a good wish in action, right? Mia smiles. And with that smile, Sienna is all in. All right, we'll stop there for today. So we've seen Mia's first wish and that she is taking her time on wish number 2 and 3. And we also found out that Sienna wants to get rid of this curse of having to repay wishes and a little bit of the background why. So when we pick back up, we'll see if Mia has decided what her next wish will be. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.